get the inside scoop. Trust the right source and get the inside truth of what cable TV and antenna radio will never tell you. Now here's UI Media's very own Piper Penn.
Hello, my long-time former pal, former music industry pal. We go way back. We go way back to a time where Layla was still alive. I think, you know what I'm talking about. And, you know, you have seen one of my friends and, industry partner, John Buck. He's also close with Layla as well. That's how I know him. I knew him through Layla. Okay? And if you've been listening to him, you understand what's going on. And, you know, my birthday was yesterday, okay? And, you know, the birthday present I got from you was, you showed your true colors. When John and I really trying to help, because what is going on in this country and in this whole world has been, you know, we live in a very dark place, Andrea Benham, okay? And, you know, you go back to music where, you know, me and Layla met, you know what I'm saying? And, I'll tell you the story, what happened with Layla, okay? Layla passed away in March 13th of 2019, okay? And me and her, while, you know, for you and me, it has not really been a good run in the music industry. Because, well, that's a music industry. But Layla opened my eyes. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes in the music industry time. And I did, you know, I did make a lot of mistakes. Including the one that Layla would have opened my eyes to when we got close. You know, me and Layla became very, very good friends. You know, like I had a friendship like I didn't have with anyone else, especially in the music industry. And what I learned was, you know, and I told you, you know what I'm saying? John told you why I left the music industry, why Layla left. You know, Layla had pancreatitis, and she grew sick and abnormal growth in the pancreas. And when her time came, you know, she needed the medicines and stuff to keep herself alive in 2018. And when Trump came in the picture, Andrea Benham, okay, which you probably did vote for, you probably voted for him in the first term, and you probably voted him again instead of Kamala, okay? They took away Layla's medicine. They took away her Medicaid and everything that she needed to keep the pain, you know, from being in her and to keep her alive, okay? Because she lived in the red state, near Chicago though, and she was working as a nurse. She had a nurse license to practice at a hospital in Chicago, okay? But at 2019 we lost her. We lost her because Trump took away those benefits from her through Republicans in Indiana. That was my close friend. That was everything that I had. The one that opened my eyes. And, you know, I made a promise to her. It was going to be that, you know, me and her doing it together if she was still alive. Piping Productions and Blue Eye Media is a thing that was put together by us. Me and Layla put it together. And She said that she was going to do her, and that was Blue Eye Media, and I would help her with it. And when she passed away, when she passed away, I carried that torch for her. I carried the flute, let's say the slogan. I'll play the flute, Andrea Benham, okay? To play the flute of the globe. To play the flute of the globe is to be a global friendly person. Playing the flute of the globe, like Andrea, is to say you're going to help your neighbors. You're going to be there for people of color. The slogan, play the flute. We play the flute of the globe because we are global human species. Okay? We are against, okay, Treason Trump. Okay? Trump took away my close friend Layla. And before Layla left, her record label, okay, would not help her when she was sick. There's one reason why she canceled her contract with Amethyst Music and decided that we were going to do independent media like Midas Touch to tell people and other friends that, things that you're not going to get on Fox TV, CNN, mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? And I cut the cable in 2015. All I had was a Fire Stick. And I had to learn. And that's because of Layla. Because of Layla, I've changed. I made a mistake again in the music industry. Layla made a mistake too. We were going to, the music industry was not for me. It wasn't for Layla. The real fact that today's music industry, the people that support your music, the people that support that stuff, whether it's house or not, and, I kind of like getting into other genres of music now because of what Layla really has said to me about the supporters. And the real fact is all the people today that support that kind of stuff, going to the clubs and parties and your music and shit, are the people that support Treason Trump, fascism, Hitler, Israel, the war. Okay? You talk about somebody that's running on no wars, lower gas prices. Well, hell, he lied. And I bet you probably voted for him. And here's why I say that, Andrea. You cut John off. Okay? Because he tried to help you. I was going to, get involved and send you a nice video and say, please help us, Andrea. But you showed us, yesterday on my birthday, August 1st, that when you cut John Buck, because he was trying to ask you, help us with Blue Eye Media. Help your neighbors, okay? Pass the word that Treason Trump is a terrible, dangerous, human Nazi species. He's a fascist, he's a racist, okay? Misogynist, bigot. But instead, you haven't said anything. You haven't spoke up anything against Trump on your pages. Because if you did, you would have posted things. You would have posted, you're not with Trump. I'm against Trump. And I'm going to go back to what Layla told me before when she had that phone call from the hospital with me. Yes, if it was a long time ago before Trump came in the picture, it was a time that you would keep your politics to yourself. But that was before 2016. Okay, now that comes from Layla. Because she's the one that told me that she never was with Trump. And I told her that I promised Layla that I voted for the woman in 2016. That I never was with Trump and I never will be. Because I care about the people of the globe. But Andrea Benham, you showed John and me yesterday that you are not about that slogan of play the flute of the globe. You are not the slogan, okay, of help your neighbors. In fact, John has said it to you a couple times, change the red dress because you look like a handsmaid, you look like a Trump supporter, handsmaid tale, and red is not the color. We live in a divided country, okay? We should never have gotten to war. But Treason Trump got in. Kamala lost because a lot of us didn't show up in the election. There were more of us than them. But a lot of us sat out the vote. And if you tell me that you're a no voter, you might as well call yourself a traitor as well. Because a no vote is a vote for Trump. But more likely, you probably voted for this war. You voted for high gas prices, the regime and everything. You don't care. If you were smart, I would say, hang it up with the music industry. Maybe do social media, independent global media content like Midas Touch, like what I'm doing. This really is Layla's channel. Layla gave me her email. Layla gave me her YouTube and everything because I had a close friendship like that. Where we can touch each other's heart, like, and the color's blue. It's not red. It's not red. I have her evil eye. It's called a Matty, Blue Eye Media, I'm trying to grow her channel. And, Andrea Benham, you showed me, by cutting John, you showed me that, you just don't care. I think, and it said, like Layla said, when Layla says she's not white, she'd rather call herself Greek, Caucasian than a white person. Because white people can't play the flute. And you showed us your very whiteness when you cut John yesterday. Because he's giving you my news and everything. He's giving you what Layla wants us to do. Layla wants us to help our friends. Because TV's not going to say it. You might be brainwashed into Fox News and CNN and all that, and you stay in the music industry because it's making you money. All the Trump supporters are going to be partying up while people are dying in war. Soldiers coming in caskets. We're killing innocent civilians. Look what ISIS is doing over here. They're not even asking for ID. They're just picking people for the color of their skin. And they're locking people away in detention, treating them like concentration camp, feeding expired food with worms in them. This is what you wanted. That's what you are. You are a racist, misogynist person, Andrea. What I will also not tolerate in the Blue Eye Media circle is people being silent or people who will not vote. Okay, so if you tell me that you're a no voter, or that you're just going to stay silent and not say anything about ICE or what they're doing because you think about keep politics to yourself time, that was over 10 years ago. Then you are a traitor, misogynist, racist, and you don't care that people are dying. Hell, one last thing, if we lose the midterm elections. You can kiss democracy goodbye because it'll be like Germany. Trump will kill us. He will have ICE get all of us. It won't just be the people of color because he's testing ICE. You understand? He's using ICE as a test to be his personal paramilitary. Okay, Andrea? So be smart. Wake the fuck up. Play the goddamn flute. Okay? Because Andrea Benham, you music ain't cutting it. I'm not telling you But you should do what Layla did. Be smart about this and think about doing global independent media. You apologize to me and Layla, I'll show you how to do it. How to do global independent media. Maybe get you on the Blue Eye Media team. But you gotta get rid of that fucking red dress. Don't be afraid to call things out. Cut the cable TV. Get rid of Fox News, Newsmax, all that shit that's brainwashing you. Because I think you are one of them that you stand with MAGA. And let me tell you, if you stand with them, fuck Trump. Okay, fuck your supporters, your Trump friends. You need to get rid of them. I have got rid of mine. Okay, I got rid of even people, friends that I grew up with. I had to cut them. I had to make a hard decision because I don't want no Trumpers in my circle. And you can do the same. You can say to yourself, I will play the flute today. I will play the flute because I have a global heart. I care about the people of the globe. I want to change this country again. I care about democracy. Learn how to play the fucking flute, Andrea. Okay, put down the wine. Don't worry about what guy you're looking for because the guy, you don't want a Trump guy. Okay? You want a guy that would have a relationship with Layla. Like the person that pipes the fucking flute. May the fucking flutes of all continents pipe again, Andrea. Play the fucking flute.